Hello, party people. Pull this closer, angle this. Yeah, that's okay, I guess. The microphone is in a different place, so you'll have to let me know if it's louder / better. But it's also in a place that she can reach, so I'm kind of curious if she's gonna like
sniff snort it.
Yeah. You remember that yard? You lived there, huh? For a long time? Hi Coupon, hi Raccoon, Hammy, Emily, Curious, Mia, Allison, Tuffin, other Allison. We're going. A little quiet. I mean, I can turn it up. My worry is that I have the fan on, so I don't want it picking up too much fan sounds. I mean, I can also just try putting it there. Does that help? She always finds a blanket. Yeah, the fan's on. The way that she, like, that thing? Alright, so last PJ party we finished a row, which is exciting. We're halfway. Again, I can turn my volume up, but then you're all going to be complaining about the fan. So she found my lap in the blanket. Hey Google, turn on the bedroom lights. Turn it up a little. All right. Oh, and I have the thought. That's fine. I get kisses. This is my lap. These are my kneecaps right here. I'm sitting cross-legged, and she is in my lap right now. Yeah? Are you in my lap? I'm wondering if that window being open is causing this color to be so super off. I can't close it. I can't close it. Here you go. Hey, Petrichor. Yeah. Hi. Is this a little whisker? Or is this just fur? Her whiskers are so tiny that sometimes I can't tell. No, that's just fur. Hi. Yeah. She's tiny. Artie is the littlest. Pippin is the biggest. I did many moons ago. on Maple's TikTok. Thank you. Thank you. A comparison shot, if you will, of like, so you know how there's the joke of banana for scale, right? I can't really put like a banana with all my cats. Like, I mean, I guess I could, but that's awkward. But you know what else is pretty universal? Paper towels. A roll of paper towels, height-wise. Maybe not, I mean, width-wise, it depends on if you're buying the super roll or the whatever crazy roll features they have. But height-wise, they're all about the same. Nice shirt, thank you. Today is a little less of a PJ day and more of a comfy day because it's warm out and I didn't really want to put long PJs on. But I did a paper towel comparison. Here we go. Okay. Oh, go away, sharing thing. Stop. Okay. So here's Maple next to a roll of paper towels. Alright, so his shoulders are about to the height of a paper towel roll. Okay, there he is with it while he's eating. You can see, alright, that's a pretty big cat. At this point, we only had Artie, so there was no Pippin comparison. I'll have to remake this video now that Pippin's here. But keep that in mind because now we're gonna go to the Artie view. Artie is a paper towel roll. There, look at her. Look at where her shoulders go up to the... So yeah, when you compare them directly... Oh, and a bonus pet measurement. There's Patch with a roll of paper towels. He felt left out. So, yeah, she is small. Like, she's, oh, I need this up so I can read chat easier. She's a petiteness. As deadly as Pippin, yeah. Gandalf was a little bit taller than Maple, and he was skinny. He was malnourished. When he left, he was a better weight. When he was adopted out, he was a much better weight than when he came in. When he came in, he was a tiny thing. But I would say that Gandalf was a little bit taller at the shoulders than Maple. But Pippin is still the biggest cat that we have. Don't think you've met Pippin? Pippin comes... She came in September. And also, Maple was more chunky in that video because he was fresh off the streets, if you will. And they are much more muscular when they live outside because they have to like climb stuff and run and all of that. They lose a lot of that muscle when they become indoor cats. So let me find a current picture of him. He is a lot. He's not a bad weight. Let me put it that way. He's not an inappropriate weight, but he is. Here, this is Pippin. Pippin's the fluffy one next to Artie. So Pippin, yeah, that's because I'm now leaning. Hi. Y'all want me to move the mic closer to me, and then I lean over. Hi. Anyway. Maple's not fat, but Maple lost a lot of weight. A lot of muscle weight when he moved in, because cats, when they are outside, have way more muscle because they have to climb trees and run away from predators and jump fences and stuff like that. And when they move in, they're climbing cat trees and they're playing with each other, and so it's a lot less on them. Pippin moved in September, so she's comfortable with us. Like last night I clipped her nails, which is always a struggle, but afterwards she just sat in my lap for a little bit. But you can see here how big she is compared to Artie. Maple has a dad bod. And she's a big old ham. Also, James, you haven't seen this yet, but here Maple and Pippin had a hangout last night. We worked with both of them. I worked with both of them. Pippin, it was great because Maple was checking out her space in the breezeway, so I was able to get Pippin out and like comfy. And then Maple came out and he was like, "Oh, what are we doing?" And he's just like watching, and it was great for a while. And then in true Maple fashion, Maple doesn't, so I don't think that Maple had other cat friends outside. And because he's a boy, he never had like kittens. Part of me wonders if Maple, or if Artie / Pippin had kittens at any point in time, because they're very good with each other. Either that or they had siblings that they stayed around a while. Maple might have been an only cat. Maple might have been separated too soon. I don't know. He does not have proper cat etiquette. He meows to them weirdly, and cats don't meow to each other. But this was funny because like Pippin's flopping around, and all of a sudden I see Maple's booty get up. Like, I'm gonna go jump on her. And I was like, "Sir, that's not what we're doing." And it's funny, you can see he's like, he's wired. He's ready to go. He's like, and this is very gentle. There's no claws out, but he's like, "I'm ready." And I'm like, "Sir, sir, don't. Do not." She is lying on her side, showing you her belly. She is being so polite and so submissive, and everything is fine. Don't you dare jump on her. Yeah, Artie's full name is Artemis. There she is down at the end of the hall behind the baby gate. Because Artemis and Maple don't like each other either. So now Maple's like, "I'm going to hide, and then I'm going to jump on you." And I'm like, "Sir, you're not actually going to do any of that, because I'm not going to allow it to happen." Like, he's like, "Mom, why are you blocking me? Mom, not cool. I was going to do this funny thing and jump on her." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's not funny to anyone else." It's not funny to anyone else. Pippin does not seem too bothered, no. She doesn't. Right? Your sister's a tough cookie? Do you want to say anything? He does need to learn, yeah. There was one time where I did not intervene, and I let him get smacked. I absolutely let him get clocked by Pippin. But in true dumbass fashion, what does he do? "I'm gonna do it again." And I'm like, "Okay, let's stop right there. Let's at least try and have some positive, instead of just like, I poked the stove, it was hot, let me poke it again." Like, bro, she told you What are you doing? She like put her paw on my back, like, "I'm just gonna climb up on you." So yeah, it's a work in progress with all of them. Again, the girls get along great. Artie and Pippin are buddies, and they're learning how to play with each other. They're learning how to snuggle with each other. They're doing great. Is this the one where he gets his clock cleaned? No, this is. Here you go. So she always comes running out, and they're like, wait, who are you? And then Maple's like, and I edited that video when I uploaded it because it looked like I hit him, and I went, like, if this is his face, I went like this. Like, almost like a break, if you will, like, in front of. But because I did that, he ran, and so I'm like, oh god, it looks like I, like, and I didn't, it's like, yeah, he was like, oh, we're going, and I'm like, bro, we're really not. Like, she would end you. Like, you can also see size difference there. Hang on, let's see.
Hey.
Yeah, because when you do it in slow motion, but just like looking at how tall they are there, like they're probably around the same height, but Pippin is long. Like, Pippin is very, like, here, this, then, like, you can see it here, her lying down, all that floof. And then you see him, and he's, like, short and stout. And she's like, I'm Long Cat. Yeah, she's, like, so unbothered by him, though. She's like, he's just the extra boy who lives here. And that's fair, honestly. Yeah, I honestly think that I think that given the chance to have him around, like, I'm trying to do it in a way that it's positive for everyone so that they aren't just having negative after negative after negative, because then I feel like it'll be harder for him long term, like harder for them long term to mesh in like a good way. So I'm trying to keep it so that, like, yeah, okay, she can tell you off, but then you need to listen, instead of she can tell you off and you can keep attacking her. It's like, no, she said no, you need to respect her no, and giving them a little space. And then if afterwards he wants to go back up and she tells him off again, I'm okay with that. But, like, I mostly just want him to realize that, because I don't think that he ever had anyone teach him that. I don't think that he had siblings or a mom around long enough to teach him that when a cat hisses or swats at you, that means you need to give them space. And so I think that he sees it as like a challenge, because again, you know, Maple is FIV positive, which they get from typically through fights with an FIV positive cat and a puncture wound. Female cats can get it through, so I wouldn't be surprised if he had like a negative interaction with the cat, and that because he came here to us very skinny, very malnourished, and he might have been skinny and malnourished because of the FIV. He might have just not had, he might not have had food when, like, as readily available, and so he might have just been, like, skinny, if that makes any sense. So I don't. I think that long term she'll teach him. He'll learn. I just think that it'll take time. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, crap. Guess what I don't have? My clippies. My clippies are in the other room. To run! Pajama party. Howdy, Elf. Happy Friday. So, whew, I did speak with the vet about Patch, and she is a true good vet in that we were on the phone with her for easily like 20 minutes. And, we talked about some of our concerns. And, what's been going on. And she was like, I can't say that I disagree with or find any fault in what you all are thinking and saying. She goes, I also understand like where you're coming from, which for me is bot? My bot is on. I made sure of it. Bot, are you broken? No. Bot, what the hell are you doing? Hold on, let me turn it off and back on again. Give me a second. I made sure it was on before we started. The bot is not botting. Hold on. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Anyway, the Real Talk command basically says, if at any point in time you would like a mod to let you know when a conversation has changed topics and you will come back at that point, you can absolutely do that. There is nothing wrong with that. Because talking about real things is important. Boop. There it is. It said to test the command. I wonder why. Huh. Okay, it's working. Off and on. Anywho, so she was like, I don't find fault in either of your thinkings. And she's like, whatever you decide, we will support because, like you were saying, you have to think about all involved. Now, one thing that she did say, she's like, we could try him on Prozac. Once upon a time, he was on it. He seemed to have gotten better when we moved. But I was saying, honestly, ever since he lost Coco, he's been more anxious, I feel like. So maybe, that's fine. So we're going to try him back on that again. Give it a month. Because it takes a little time for it to build up in their system, just like with people. And see if that helps at all with his, reactivity, I guess. Because, she was like, it, it could be that, you know, without Coco, he feels a little bit less like secure. So, you know, getting, and like, it was funny. I'm like, you know, but I also know that he would not want another like dog. And she's like, no, please don't do that. She's like, he would not. I'm like, no, we wouldn't. We never, like, some pets when you lose a pet, they like need a new buddy maybe sooner than you're ready, if you will. Like, sometimes people go to the shelter to adopt another dog even if they're not quite ready for it, because their dog at home is struggling without their companion. um Patch is not that dog. Patch, I mean, he struggled without her, don't get me wrong, but he would not be like, oh, you went to the shelter and got me a new friend, this is the best day of my life. He'd be like, who the hell is this? Get them out, I don't want them here. Yeah, she, and I think a lot of ways was kind of like a mom to him because she was so much older. And so I think that, you know, when he lost her, he, you know, especially because it was sudden, she didn't get like, she wasn't riddled with old age and like, you know, an illness that was, like slowly degenerative, which is fabulous in a way. How long ago did she pass? She passed in, was it 2020? It's 2020. Or was it 2019? It was November. It was 2019. She was right before COVID. So, you know, like when we kind of explained how we were, you know, struggling a little bit with the thought of spending all this money on these tests just to like, and you know, even she said what one of the worries that we had voiced, like we didn't voice it to her, we voiced it to each other, which was, you know, what happens if the next time it's worse? What happens if next time it's not one of us? Like, you know, all of those sorts of what ifs. And so she's like, you know, she was very kind. She's like, you know, I would not think less of you, Gall. She goes, you know, you've been dealing with this for 8 years. She's like, that's a long time. That's exhausting. And she's like, you know, you can try different training techniques, but they can take years and they're not always effective and they're not always, you know, blah blah. So, you know, it was a good conversation. We did talk about like if we wanted to bring him in for the scans, like to see about tumors, because he is still pooping multiple times. So we've just gotten better at learning, like, oh, keep him outside. Even if he's just poop, don't bring him in right away. Give him like another couple of minutes, because, and that seems to be like within like 2 minutes, he's like, oops, gotta go again, and he goes again. The issue was before we were bringing him inside because normally it was a one poop and we're done. So she also said that there was some kind of like powder vitamin thing we can put in his food to try and help with that. So we're going to try that too. I have no idea how much that costs. So we'll see. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. She did say though that we could try having, that was the thing I started to say. I asked her if typically are dogs normally sedated for these images that she wants done, and she said typically no. She says typically they are, awake. She goes, the reason that we would sedate him is because we have to lift him up onto a table. We have to then get him to lie on his side for one image. And on the other image, we have to have him lie on his back. She goes, and a lot of times, reactive or anxious or stressed dogs aren't going to want to show their belly. She goes, now we can try without sedating him and see if we're able to, before doing that. She goes, but that's why the sedation cost is on there, just in case we do have to do it. I said, okay, no, that makes a lot of sense. Honestly, thank you for explaining that. So, yeah, that was, one of the questions, that we had. And, yeah. Probably won't share the other things she said because I just got myself collected enough to go live. So, yeah. Oh, Artie is so cozy. Yeah, he had, like I said, he was on Prozac when we lived at our apartment complex because at the apartment complex there were so many more triggers. There was a lot more sounds and a lot more people and a lot more dogs and a lot more everything. And so he took it then, and when we moved here, because now we're on our own property, there weren't people walking through our backyard to get to the laundry room. There aren't, neighbors who are opening their doors right next to our front door. And so with under vet advisement, we don't make these decisions without checking with the vet. Under vet advisement, we slowly took him off the Prozac because they were like, no, it makes sense that he probably doesn't need, and I didn't even think about maybe he needed it more after losing Coco. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Like I said, I like being transparent with people because, maybe someone else is going through stuff, but I just can't. I can't say it out loud again. She's so cozy. Yeah, ads are going to be all kinds of screwed up because I went live late because we were on the phone call with the vet. So, I feel like if he continues to have, these poop issues, we might get him in for the imaging. But I wouldn't necessarily want all the other extras done. Like, we'd basically be trying to keep it on the low end of that cost. Because the high end included an ultrasound and a blood panel and all this other stuff. And I'm like, no, you guys are good. Y'all are good. Free from work, hooray! If we see on imaging that there's more tumors, then we don't need blood work to know that there's more tumors, So, but it was nice to have her just be like, there would be no judgment no matter what you all decide to do. She's like, you would have all of our support here. And that means a lot too, because it's not what anyone wants, but it might. I don't know. Anyway, that's the update on that front. This isn't going to line up, is it? Why is it not going to line up? No? No, it will? Alright, let's keep going. Sometimes as I'm getting to the end, I'm like, there's no way that this matches. And I'm right, there is no way this matches. What the hell? Oh, wait. Mattress stitch. Oh, wait. What did I click? Okay. We got there. Hard part is putting them back on. That's so real. Or folding them. I hate folding them. Oh my god. I feel like I'm gonna need to include a bunch of photos with this blanket of her just like absolutely loving it. Look at that cheesy face. Look at her. Such a cutie. Or yeah, like a little photo book. A little book of like, I'm gonna remove the pin because we've moved on from topic. Can I reach my water? Oh, I nailed it. That hat came with a bottle of soy sauce. Oh my god, it's like it was made for it though. Now, where do I put this? Just finished lunch, have 3 hours of work. Ugh, I hate that for you. Now, the real trick would be being able to reach the scissors, which are like definitely out of my reach. Hi, Tigress. Happy Friday. TGIF. That's what I say. Hey, James. When you have a minute, could you help? It's no rush. He probably doesn't even hear me. Okay. This is now... Yeah, Ari, get the scissors for me. This is this color square. in this direction. Yeah. Just like that. The real problem is that if I get up, I will, you know. James, you turd. It is a wedding present. It is. They have no idea. I am. I'm trying really hard to make sure that I am working on it so that I'm not in a panic. I do. I have my pillow. I didn't do my daily. I'm on a different computer. I didn't log into Discord yet. Easy to procrastinate a project, yeah. Well, and I mean, I know how big a project this is. It's a king size blanket. Like, I am under no illusion that this is a little project that will get done easily, especially like doing it on stream and realizing that each like attachment takes about an hour. Like, I know. I better make sure that I keep on top of it. You would think he would notice my texts. What else do we have? Dogs can't read text. What am I... I just had to scream. Oh, sure. Now you see. Okay. Happy to have pajama parties until then. I'm glad. I'm glad y'all are willing to hang out with me here in a slightly scuffed stream setup. It's now bath time. That is so sweet. Oh, that's a good picture to include. Yeah, that's cute.
Sorry, I was in like the final end game of
of my tags or any of my lovely messages to you via text.
I did see a bunch of tags like at Sergeant Radio, at Sergeant Radio, at Sergeant Radio. What's up?
Could you do me 2 favors? They're easy. One is in my office. Hold on, wait, before you leave.
I can hear you from here.
Okay, is the little clips in a container, and I need scissors too.
Okay, what kind of scissors? That's a loaded question.
The rainbow scissors are fine. They're on the desk or in the little cup on the left side of my desk. Hatched into an iggly buff.
Scissors is a loaded question. I get yelled at for using the wrong scissors.
Yeah. Could you also close that? I think it's messing up the lighting.
I thought the lighting was okay.
Yeah, but look, when I'm sitting back, the lighting gets... I don't know. This whole side of my face is dark. That didn't help.
Well, that's because of the light coming in from the one side, not from the other.
I don't know. Is this better? Better or worse? Oh, it's cozy now. This is clearer. Better? Okay. Okie doke. The worst part about all this stuff with Patch is that it's stressful AF, right? So guess who has some hives peeking back up here and there? James just saw my text messages and is cracking up. Yeah, I'm like trying to be real gentle with my skin and not scratch and lotion and all that. Cause like that's the thing. Hives. Like my stress level, my stress is never going away. So you gotta just chill, man. My life is just one different flavor of stress after another. That's all. I don't know this. Hey Google, turn off bedroom light number 1. Hey Google, turn off bedroom light 1. Does that make it better? With that light off? No! Hey Google, turn on bedroom light number 2. Thank you. Not her listening to it afterwards and being like, wait, you want them both to be? No. No. Keep that one on. It's very cozy in here now. Yeah. I'm over it. Let me turn off all the things. That was like me asking it to turn off the home because that is like the thermostat in our app is called home. And when I said that, it turned off everything. All of the lights, everything was turned off. And I was like, okay. He took that a little too literally. He's cozy in here, huh? You can come snuggle with Artie and I. So yeah, fun Artemis fact for newer friends. When she was living outside as a street cat, we thought she was a boy because almost all orange cats are boys, like 99% of them. And so her name outside was Arthur. And you might be like, why was she named Arthur? Well, because we thought she had arthritis. And so my husband named her Arthur. But it turns out she didn't have arthritis, she just had a really messed up foot. And so we were like, well, we should. Part of me was like, we'll keep Arthur as her name. Like, I don't care. But then I was like, no, she's left that life behind now. She has like a better life. When she was at the shelter for stray hold to make sure that she wasn't someone's pet, they named her Peaches. And then when we got her back, we named her Artemis because it would allow us to keep the nickname Artie. Because Arthur and all, like, you know, just allowed. So she's Arthur Peaches Artemis. She is not a Peaches. No. I tried to have the shelter keep her name as Arthur. Jerks. Why plural? I don't know. Why is James plural? He's one James. Is the name that 90% of people apply to orange females. James is awkward. Every time that I see that meme, it makes me happy. Where it's like, stop naming your kid James. He is one James. You know? You're right. He is. Hi, Emily. Good morning. There's never just one James. If you know one, you know many. Aaron. Aaron. Thanks. This Glucon shirt cracked me up. Never seen an orange female in person. Thomas O'Malley. Oh my gosh. O'Malley the alley cat. Okay, so you know how the other day on stream we were talking about hear me outs? Like, you know, hear me out, people, Kovu from The Lion King, or like how we were talking about how the right voice actor really can like make or break a character. It has a lot more to do with the voice than the character, you know? As soon as that stream ended, my mods and I went down an unhinged like thing of hear me outs, and one of them was Thomas O'Malley from the Aristocats. Each James has an evil James and a good James within. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, Artie is definitely like a dilute, like orange. She is not like my brother's cat Quark was the orangiest orange cat I have ever seen. He was like he was orange. He belongs to Duchess and no one else. I forgot to give my hear me outs. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. I think I have words on stream set up to go. I'll double check. Ain't no passing craze. It means no worries. Maybe I just need to freaking tattoo Hakuna Matata on my face. It means no worries. She was a female, renamed her Thomasina. Like yours are all humanoid. Yeah, like we were saying in oh crud. Alright, there's the ad. We'll take our break. As I say, like we were saying in the Discord, a lot of it has to do with the voice actor and not the actual character. Like, I can tell you that the voice actor for Tramp from Lady and the Tramp, it's his voice. If it was someone else, I'd be like, whatever. But Tramp from Lady and the... Hear me out. And you know what else we were talking about? It's the way that he can go from, like... And we talked about this with a couple of different characters, like Beast. I should wait until after ads, because people can't hear this. I can't get words on stream. It's loading. Okay. Thinking voices will be hear me out. Okay, we'll come back to this here in 2 minutes. Don't go away. Nicely done. Whooshing back. So, yeah, we were talking about the whole hear me out thing. And I definitely think that... Sorry, the mic's over here. I definitely think that a lot of times hear me outs, especially when they're animated, it has a lot to do with who is voicing them and not necessarily the way that the character looks. Or like, you know, okay, that character is a dog. Okay, I have no interest in dogs, but there's something about like the way that Tramp talks to the little puppies in the window when he sees them, and he calls like Lady Pigeon and like all these, like there's just these little things where it's like his voice. It's not him, you know? So we were talking about Beast as well, and how like a lot of people find Beast attractive. And I was like, I think the reason that so many people do is the fact that Beast can go from like, I will end you, to Gaston, to seeing Belle and melting into a puddle. And I think that there's something about that, if you will, that a lot of us just find like the whole like get you a man who can do both meme. And it's like the fact that he's like, no, I'm gonna protect you, but then he's also like, hi. A sheep and a wolf in the same skin, yeah. Listen, there's something nice about knowing that you're like protected, but that the person also would never raise a hand to you, you know? Like, they would absolutely fight someone else for you, but they're not going to ever, like, fight you. It's like, you can be the muscle mom. Listen, Mulan. Mm-hmm. I still would have been all in. Gaston's a bad guy. Now that's a power couple. I love all the stuff now. Louisa. That's one of my favorite like things, finding out that Disney, after the launch of Encanto, realized that like they didn't have enough Louisa toys made. They thought that people were going to want Mirabelle, which they did, and that they were going to want Isabella. But they did not think that so many girls were going to be like, I want a Louisa doll. So they had to make more of them. Like they made more of the other ones first, and then they were like, oh crap. Gosh, that movie is so good. Ugh. The demand was unexpected, but should have been expected. Yeah. Top-notch choices, kids. And it's not that they didn't make Louisa toys. They did. They just didn't have enough of them. There was just more demand than they thought there was going to be. Like, I would have been mad if they didn't even make her. They did. It's just that they were like, oh, shoot. Okay, I think a Hear Me Out could be Bruno. This man loved his family so much, he lived in the walls and desperately tried to keep the casita from falling apart. He sat at, like, the little dinner table at, like, that man. What a guy, you know? Oh, I should have shared it. I don't know if I sent it to anyone, so I'd have to try and find it. But there was this amazingly cute video of this dad-daughter combo who, like, little girl, probably 6, 7, that they learned the choreography from eye to eye, and they were, like, doing it together. Oh, see, I don't think that, I don't find Bruno, I don't think that either. I think that it's more just like, I think he's an underestimated character for being like, just like a lovable character, I guess. You know, not necessarily like a heartthrob. Undervalued or like, the fact that he never stopped loving his family, even though they all turned their back on him. Like, damn. That thinks he's super hot, is there? You know what other movie is beautiful? That I don't think got enough. Well, I mean, I guess Encanto got a lot of love. But that, I think, is because Lin-Manuel wrote the music. I didn't line that up right. Is Coco. That movie. I like the other uncle, he worships his wife and he can move. He can. Coco is in your top 5 movies probably of all time. Coco is phenomenal. Oh my god, so it was my niece's favorite movie, and James did not want to watch it because he thought it was just like, he thought it was more Halloween and less like what it was. Like, he doesn't like Tim Burton movies, for instance. So he thought that it was going to be something kind of like that. And I finally got him to watch it. I'm like, listen, it's your niece's favorite movie. We have to watch it. And he was like, fine. And we watched it, and both of us were like crying messes. Remember me. I mean, there's a hear me out. Hector. Yeah, I highly recommend it, Emily. It's so good. It's such a beautiful movie. I think they're making a second one, which scares me because it's so good and the story was so good, and I'm like, what on earth could you possibly do unless it's the only thing is like, what if it's like Miguel as like an adult, maybe teaching like his kid who doesn't care about the holiday to care, like maybe something like that could work. But I'm like, I worry sometimes when like a movie is done so perfectly that you're like, how can you how do you tell the story again without like, I don't. Yeah, it needs to be like Miguel's child being like, this holiday is stupid or something, and then Hector and like Coco and all of them showing up and being like, oh, you think this, and like dragging them off, you know what I mean? Like Frozen, like, and again, same thing with Frozen 3. If they are like, because Frozen 2 is a freaking masterpiece of a movie. Heard you were talking shit. Let's go, kid. Let's go. We're gonna teach you a lesson. Oh, a cleffa. Um. Um. If they do it right, it could be done really well. Like if Coco 2 focuses, like we were saying, on the next generation and teaching them, okay. If Frozen 3 continues in a way that stays true to the first two, I think it could be good. But like, we've solved a lot of mysteries, and I don't feel like we necessarily need to solve another. I feel like it could be interesting to see like how, and this almost feels like it would do better as like a TV show, like how Anna and Elsa's, like, what their lives are like now that they're each in charge of like these very different realm, like places. It could be interesting. There could be like Kristoff and Anna having kids. There could be some interesting thing. What if Anna's kid has magical powers too? Like there could be something cool, but it needs to not be forced. It needs to not be like, yeah. Heals the forgotten, left out child, heart of mine. Yeah. Or the kid that is like, why am I different? It's a burden that I'm different, and like, here is, like, you were put here exactly as you were put here for a reason, kind of thing. Like, like, show yourself, step into your power, grow yourself into something new. Literal goosebumps. Literal goosebumps. Oh. Hi, Kenya. Welcome to my bedroom. There's a cat. There's a blanket. I'm the one I've been waiting for all of my life. Oh. I want to hang out. It's a pajama party. This is the first time that I'm not wearing like matching PJs. It's really warm here today, so we got Glucon. And we're working on the Ryan's blanket. This is what it'll look like here when it's all done. And we're on row 4 right now out of 6, which is fabulous. And the reason that we're doing it here instead of at my desk is because it's big. It's a king size blanket. and it it wouldn't fit on my desk. It would be all on my floor. So we are hanging out here and assembling squares. So come on in, get comfy. Artie saved you a seat. We were just talking about Hear Me Outs, Kenya, and Disney movies and all of that. Popular milks it for maximum profit instead of knowing when to stop. My hope is that if it is the same people who wrote Frozen 1 and 2, I think they'll do right by it. Like, if you... And crying at the movie Coco. Mm-hmm. If you watch that behind-the-scenes documentary on how they made Frozen 2, these people love this movie so much and this franchise so much that I really feel like they will do what is right by it, if that makes sense. Like, the way that these people, the passion that's behind, yeah, the passion that is behind it, the love that is in these characters makes me hopeful. Like, as long as it's the same people. If they get different people, then yeah, it's gonna be... I trust them, I don't trust their overlords. Fair. So yeah, this blanket, for anyone just popping in, is a wedding present to my brother. He's getting married in August. So we're working on it. I'm singing the songs now from Coco. Kenya, did you end up getting more kittens? I know that, like, you shared pictures, but I think you said that those weren't ones that you brought home. Or is that, like, a surprise for you to tell people about later in stream? No, I don't think that she needs one either. Pulled them for another foster. Gotcha. They're so cute. Little babies. Little fluff balls. Yeah, not kitten season yet. No, it's interesting. I haven't seen Birch as much. And remember, we were trying to figure out, I couldn't tell because Birch didn't have the ear notch in their ear, but I couldn't really get a good look at the undercarriage, if you will. And I'm wondering if Birch was an unaltered male and he's off finding ladies, you know? And that's why we haven't seen him as much. We still see Abrams every night. No, I don't think Jennifer will ever give up control of Frozen either. You have the Elsa Frozen song? Like, I think that there could be cute stuff done with, like I said, Anna and Kristoff having kids. Or getting married. They're not married yet at the end of Frozen 2. So maybe there's some kind of, like, a wedding and something, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Again, I don't want it to be like a romance. Yeah, I think that they're engaged. Yeah, there's not been a wedding though. But like, how cute would it be? Like, I think of How to Train Your Dragon at the end of the third movie when Hiccup brings his, I mean, let's be real, these movies have been out for a while. So if you don't want to hear a spoiler, close your ears. But, like, Hiccup brings his kids to meet Toothless. And Toothless's babies. And how, like, oh. That's, like, the sweetest thing ever. Like, stop it. But, like, it could be interesting, like I said. What if, like, Anna and Kristoff have a kid who has, like, a magic... has, like, a magic baby or something, or some baby, like, a kid who has the same, like, yeah, having, like, some kind of, like, Elsa power would be neat. Like, what if there's, I mean, obviously Elsa's, like, the last element missing. The romance is for Sven. What if it's Olaf? What if Olaf falls in love with a female snowman that someone built and he, like, begs Elsa to make her real? Yeah, Anna insisting that they're raised differently. Yeah, like, yeah. Or, like, you know, what if they have twins and one has powers and one doesn't? Just like how she and Elsa were as kids. Like, there are ways that they could do it that it would be good and not, like... I don't know. I don't know. See, not to hear me out because everyone should say this, but Kristoff. One of my favorite things ever is how in Frozen 2, he comes riding up on Sven, scoops Anna up as she's running, and he doesn't say, like, don't worry, I'm here, I'll take care of it. Like, he says, what do you need? He, like, is immediately, he saves her in the sense that she's running, Sven's faster. It's not a traditional prince saving the princess, but he scoops her up and he's like, what do you need? Like, how can I help? And it's like, yes. Don't be like, I'm here now, I'll solve all the problems, but do be like, I'm here now, how can I assist you? How can I be of aid to you? What are we looking at? I smooched your noodle. Oh, Kenya, are you here? Sorry, like, not to call you out of lurk or anything. Yes, halfway. Pippin and Maple had a little meeting again yesterday. And it was okay. I was able to get Pippin into the room, and then Maple went to go check out her space. He was doing a lot of sniffing, and it's funny because he licks his bowl clean when he's done. Pippin does not lick her dry food bowl, like, all the crumbs. So he was just in there obsessively licking all the crumbs out of her dry food bowl. I'm like, bless your heart. What a dummy. I love him so much. But yeah, here, I'll show you real quick. It was pretty decent. I stepped in because... Sorry, I have to bring this with me. I stepped in because in true Maple form, he was like, oh, look, she didn't finish. She left the best part. He has never been fed a day in his life. Ever. she was totally unbothered by him, right? Like, so she's lying down and then he comes out. So she's lying down here and he's like, no, I'm gonna go back and lick your bowl some more. And I'm like, Maple, get your... And he's like, no, I'm gonna go sniff her litter box and then lick the bowl. And I'm like, all right, well, fine. And then he comes back out. And I'm like, come here. And he's like, no, she's over there. And Artie's at the gate now. So he's like, girls everywhere. I'm going to go back and lick this bowl. He's such a fatty. I love him so much. And then he comes out and Pippin's like literally on her back. And look at this is great. He's lying down. She's lying down. They're looking at each other, but they're like, you know, she's purring like crazy. He's just watching. Kenya, what do you think happens next? Knowing Maple, what do you think he's going to do? Are you leaving? Or are you just repositioning? Charge her. Kenya knows my cats. So she's just lying on her side, doing her thing. And then Maple does the booty wiggle. And I was like, sir, we are not... Here, look, hold on. I found it. Let me... Stop it. Camera, rewind just a little. Okay. Watch the head drop. See the head drop? You know the head drop. You know what that means when the head drops all the way to the floor. And I was like, Maple, sir. And so he's like, I'm not doing anything, Mom. Meanwhile, Pippin again, unbothered, having a bath. And the head is slowly lowering. And you can see my hand. I'm like, no. Absolutely not. And then then the booty wiggle happened. And I was like, okay, I'm going to move closer to you. And I was like, and I tried to pet him and he was so like wired. He was so like charged and ready to go. Like, no claws or anything. But I was like, bud. And then he's like, you just know the mom voice is happening. He did his weird meow thing here. His like the weird cat screechy thing he does that is not actually cat language. And then he's like, I know what I'll do. See, you can see Artemis behind the gate. He goes, I'll hide back here. I'll pounce on her from this side. And I'm like, bro, I can still see you. And I'm not going to let you... Again, Pippin, unbothered. In her lane, moisturized. And I'm like, guess what? So, like, I literally get right in between them. And he's like, Mom, you're blocking me. Mom. This isn't fun, Mom. But then he just walked past her. And I was like, you know what? This is good. He went back out into the breezeway. And we ended the night with each of them getting treats. So, you have a question? I have an answer. So there was no hissing. There was no attacking. Maple did his weird, like, thing. And Pippin was like, bro, what are you doing? But overall the win. So, yeah. Brothers are weird. Boys are weird. Boys are weird and smell funny. Okay, opening chat back up on my phone. How did you see him? He was totally hidden. He went to pounce. I didn't see him. Yeah, he was a ninja. He's like John Cena. I'm invisible. You can't see me. And I see the thing is that Pippin has told him off before. Pippin has hissed and smacked him. And so I do think that Pippin will be able to put him in line. I did also clip Pippin's nails last night. That was part of why I didn't want them to get into any kind of altercation, is that I hadn't clipped her nails in like a month. And so they were all like daggers. And I'm like, if you swat him with open nails, I'm like, you're going to end up like giving him a proper cut, which again would be well deserved and might get him to stop. But at the same time, I don't feel like having to like take him to the emergency vet because you caught his eye or something like that, you know? Because again, not necessarily undeserved, but like just not what I want to be doing with my night. Thank you. So now that her nails are like trimmed, again, you know, they all have nails. Interestingly, Pippin is missing one nail. So like cats have technically 5 nails on their front. They have 4 nails and a dew claw. And on their back there's just 4 nails. Pippin only has 7 nails back there. She's missing one. One of them is gone. Like, you know how like it's inhumane to declaw a cat? I honestly wonder if she somehow, while she was out in like the wild, declawed one of her, like if it got stuck on something and she just pulled it so hard, like there's no nail. There's nothing there. And every time that I clip her nails, I'm like, where in the hell? Oh, that's right. That's right. There's not a nail on this spot. Welcome back, Hammy. It's like her pinky on her left back foot. And every time I'm like, I'm pushing on it. I'm like, where's the nail to clip? And I forget every time. Even the vet was like, by the way, she's missing a toenail. Like, okay. Interesting. Thank you for that heads up. But yeah, don't declaw your cats, peeps. Unless advised by a vet for a medical reason. If a vet is like, yeah, do it because it's good, or it's better, it's more no, don't do that. But if your cat has like a medical necessity. She could have never had one. That's true. You never had wisdom teeth? Yeah, I guess that. I never really thought about it that way. It's just interesting. Preach it. And I think, too, like a lot of people... Back in the day, it was very common for cats to be declawed and for it to be recommended. And then more information about what actually happens was like made public, and it's like, oh my god, no. She got a drink, so everyone hydrate. She's now in the doorway deciding where she wants to go. So she left to get a snack and a drink. We love that for her. Now most vets won't do it, yeah. Like, I know Quark, my brother's cat, had to have a couple of claws removed because, again, Quark was a weird cat. He had pica, where he would eat stuff that wasn't food, including clothing. Like, he would shred my brother's clothes and then eat it, like anything that was left out. And so, in an effort to help with that, the vet recommended... Listen, I don't know. He ended up having a lot of health issues at the end. So, that's why I'm saying, like, if it's a vet recommended for a medical necessity thing, you know, seek multiple opinions before you do it. But like, otherwise, don't be like, my cat's scratching my furniture, so I'm gonna get no. Nope, absolutely not. Get them more scratching things, cover up the furniture, do something. Question about it on our application. If you don't know what it means, we have to explain it in relation to human fingers. Yeah, isn't it like cutting off to like the knuckle for like a person? Right? Is it knuckle or is it like the first bend in the finger? I never remember. I think it's the knuckle. Don't get a cat. Yeah, I've heard of people who, or of cats who have issues with like like their claws getting stuck on things because they can't retract them properly. The first knuckle. Artie, the closet is closed. Narnia is closed. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, evidently Narnia is not all the... Oh my god, this cat. I'm like, Narnia is closed, and she's like, bitch, bet. And then opened the closet door. It wasn't closed all the way. And now she's like, no, Mom. Oops. Don't show this to them, Mom. The first bend. Imagine walking on that, right? Live with the furniture being a bit messed up. Yeah, we don't have our new furniture, if you will, like stuff that wasn't hand-me-downs. This bed that I'm sitting on, our nightstands, and the server in our dining room that like you put plates on Thanksgiving and stuff, and people can go and get food and drinks. Those are, and like my IKEA shelves in my office. All of the dressers in my bedroom from my grandparents. The tables in our living room from my grandfather. The couches in this house were left behind by the previous homeowners. Like, nothing else that we have is new. That were Jay's favorite spots. He's found new ones. Oh god. There's so much that you can do to protect your furniture anyway, yeah. Oh, my cat scratches. Well, yeah. Okay, and are you like forcing them to do things that you don't want, that they don't want to do? Because I would scratch you too. Lost the ball of their foot forward. Yeah, you have to do things very differently. You take good care of it themselves. Yeah, Artie is the cat that we have to clip nails on the least. She keeps them really well maintained. Maple and Pippin, well, I mean, and the thing is, Pippin will get, her nails will start getting stuck on, like, fabric and furniture, and that's how we know that they're getting, like, long. And it's not even that, if we didn't clip them, because obviously, like, they were outside, they know how to take care of it themselves, they're just really sharp, which becomes, like I said, a problem when she wants to jump up on furniture and she's like making biscuits and stuff and her nails keep getting stuck. So it's more about their comfort, because they make them into little daggers, man. Cat tried scratching, learned to the point the empty spray bottle made her stop. Yeah. 2 cat trays, multiple scratchers in every room. They both love them and use them a lot. Also loves the couch. Yeah, all 3 of my cats love scratching the rugs in our house, which were also, again, left by the previous homeowners. But they stand there and they do this on the rugs. And I'm like, whatever. Sure. Yeah, you can use spray bottle, like with water. Or there are some weird cats that like the water. And you can use like coins in a metal can, something that makes noise to, like, deter them. Or they might be bored. You know, like find something else for them to do. Try a different activity to stimulate and like get some of that out. Scratching is like important though for them. Like it's actually important for their mental well-being. So when you declaw a cat, you take that away. Goose loves the rugs. They're so weird. Why are they like that? Gosh, I love animals. What goobers. Some different toys for him. Doesn't seem to love the wands we have. I'm Petrichor, at first when I read that, I read only our bathrooms have carpet, and I went, and then I reread it and it said bedroom, and I'm like, oh, okay, okay. Like what a weird thing to only have carpet in your bathroom. James's parents' bathroom had carpet when we first started dating. It was carpet over top of tile. Like the house had original tile, and when carpeting was popular to do in bathrooms, that would have been a choice. Yeah. Prefers feathers on the wand. Goose prefers worms. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Pippin loves like the ribbons and the worms on the wand. Maple likes the feather. Pippin loves everything on the wands, to be fair. Uh-oh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We had like maroon carpet everywhere growing up, including in like the dining room. Dining room shouldn't have carpet, especially when you have children. That just ended up all sorts of weird colors. Thank you all. I hate stepping out of the shower wet, but our shower's too small to dry off in. Want to run out of the bathroom? Did have carpet, but we put the table in the kitchen. Cardboard circles with balls that roll around, that might also be fun. Yeah. Harness training is a thing. Like, we were working on it with Artie for a while. Maple wouldn't even let us put a collar on him. I wonder what Pippin would think if I put a collar on her. Maple runs away and then looks really, like, sad at you. Like, how could you have done this to me? Clawing up the carpeted stairs. Oh Oh my gosh, wait, I forgot to show you all the cutest thing after doing Pippin's nails. So, whenever I do the cat's nails, they get squeeze treat, right? And so Artie was still behind the gate because Artie would be like, give me the squeeze treat, and it would just be interfering with me trying to do Pippin's nails. So as soon as I was done, though, of course, I let her come out. Look at these two. Look at them both being like, more, Mom, more? More, please? I love them so much. You see how, like, Pippin, like, booped Artie, and Artie's like, what are you doing? Like, focus on the treat at hand, man. I made sure each one got... It is. It's... Listen, if I could have been sponsored by them, I think I should have. Because here I am taming all these feral cats with freaking churu. Like, I could have made them a fortune. That stuff is no joke. Alright, 2 squares attached. Hooray! Let me weave this end in, and we'll go on to the next one. So we'll get halfway done with this row today as well. Under the blanket, I'd end up sewing my PJs to the blanket. I'm using a sharp needle so that it separates the fibers, but yeah, it also means you have to, like, not... You have to be careful. Nah, you're good. You're good. No worries. Alright. Ugh. 7 minutes. Okay. Let's figure out what the next square is. Okay. It's the middle square. Hang on, let's not lose my phone in that. Nailed it. First try. Have a good night. Have a good night, Mia. Thanks for hanging out. Have a nice weekend. does anyone have any weekend plans? I'm going to the vet tomorrow to pick up prescription stuff for Patch. Woohoo! Give your dog a groom. Ooh, you're volunteering. What kind of volunteering are you doing? Got derailed? Oh no, I'm sorry. I hate that. There's a park cleanup tomorrow. That's nice. I love that. Oop, wait, I matched up the wrong pieces. Do you have a license to be this heckin' cozy? Yes. And guess what? You get to join me. Come on in. Come get cozy. There's enough blanket. Come on in. Grab a snack. Stay in a family kid's birthday, then dinner. Sleep, probably bake. Order hair dye. Are you going with a different color or same sort of color that you have? Neighborhood cleanup. Surviving mostly, that's valid. Finish the clown you're crocheting. Maybe cake some more yarn. The cake stuff, the winder is so much fun, isn't it? Major church boundary changes. Uh-oh. Get to talk to your siblings. That's fun. Fit some crafting or gaming in there. Yeah. Always, right? Looking for some super soft wool for knitting socks. Ooh. My feet ankle swell, so I need super stretchy yarn, but very soft and warm. It's like a neurodivergent trap. I love it so much. Sometimes I feel like I'm enjoying it, I'm enjoying it, I'm enjoying it. Oh, why did I start this project? But I feel like that's typical for us too, right? To be like, oh, heck yeah. I love this project. I'm going to do this all day. And then you're like, why did I decide to do this? More ginger this time. Ooh, the henna. That's pretty. All right, ads are about to play here. So we're going to take a quick stretch break. Sorry again about them being at a wonky time. We had a phone call with the vet today. So that went on for a while. It was actually really sweet though, because I mentioned that James got home around 3, and so she tried to call around then. Like, how good is this vet? Ugh. Seriously. So good. Alright, let's play a round of words, and I will be right back. I gotta click all the things. Click 1. Aww. Thank you for sitting through ads. I took a stretch, went into the living room. Pippin came over and was like, "Hi, Mom." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, like, come and hang out with us." And she, like, followed me part way, and now she stopped. That was why it took me a few more minutes to get back. So I was like, "Come on, let's go." And she's like, "What are you doing?" So, beep. Even if she came in here, she'd be like, "How in the hell are you up there?" She's never jumped up on the bed. Welcome back. Wait, Twitch yeeted you from this stream? Or like you're watching multiple streams and it yeeted you? I'm going home, hooray! Drive safe. Gonna watch Lilo and Stitch this weekend? Nice. I hope that you enjoy it. You'll have to let us know what you think. We watched the first episode of Andor the other night. We were gonna watch the second episode last night, and then we didn't. But tonight we have baseball, so yeah. It was. Like, listen, hear me out. Pedro Pascal. That's not even a hear me out. That should be everyone. Everyone should love that man. Hi, Mom. He's a national treasure. No. Mandalorian. But talking about Andor made me think of that. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it made me think of Mandalorian, which, yeah. Sorry. Sorry, the ADHD, it jumped. It made the leap. It made sense. Yeah, this is the third square on the fourth row. So we're past the halfway point. Your brain followed my leap? Okay. Have it. I think I did. ADHD is ADHDing. got excited for a crossover episode. That would be cool. I don't think that they're the same timeline, though, unfortunately. That's where things start to get confusing for me, is timeline stuff with Star Wars. Hell, even Star Trek. Sometimes I'm like, where are we in this timeline? Before or after this event? Before or after this event? I'm gonna paint my nails this weekend. I prepped them. I was gonna do them last night, and then I realized that it was late. It was later than I thought, and I was like, no, don't rush them, because that never ends well. And then I was gonna do them today, and I was like, no, don't do it before stream, because you never actually have enough time for them to dry fully. And then I end up ruining them. I think I'm gonna do the one that Silly got me. The teal one with the sparkles. I painted one hand and then couldn't do the other. Valid, honestly. Painting your nail, like, ugh, why does it always take so long to dry? That's my issue. It's like the darker color. It's like the color, I should say, of my screen here. They just take so long to dry. That's why I really like doing gel. But then that can, like, over time mess with your nails. I've been looking at, like, some of these other, like, almost like gel polish strips, where, like, you put them on your nail. They peel off like Jamberry, right, which were just stickers, and then they go on like gel where you have to put them under a lamp. But the way that you take them off, like, they break down with cuticle oil instead. And I'm like, oh, see, like, that's great, because then, like, you can take them off without, like, ruining your nails. So it's been, like, so long, though, since I felt able to do my nails. Between, like, vertigo and hives, it's just been, like, it's a lot to, like, sit there and lean over and paint your nails when doing so makes you feel dizzy. So, right? This is why we all need to live closer to each other. Can have Silly's nail salon. I hate doing my right hand. I get my mom to do it for me sometimes. No, that's fair. Doing the opposite hand is just... it's so much work. You would have access to just being close to me. I have so much gel polish, because the kind that I like, you can get for, like, a good price. So... it's the Beatles polish, the Beatles gel polish. Beetles. Not Beatles like the singing group. A gold duck appears. I had someone comment on the TikTok of the Joanne video with like, that's this location. And I'm like, why on earth would you comment that on like a video? Like, kindly go away. I deleted the comment. People are stupid, yeah. And it's not like I live next door to the Joannes, but like...
Did you tell them about the other,
I did tell chat about the other signs. The sew it and stuff it. I'm so sad that we didn't have those.
I almost kind of want to be like, well, who do we contact? Who do we have to pay off? Because it's like Pokemon. You gotta catch them all, right? Like,
Put the sew it sign above my sewing station in the basement.
well, the basement's gonna be mine at some point. You can keep your office. My office will be turned into a nursery. And I get the basement. Unless you want to flip it around. Do you want to take the basement? Okay.
We're not pregnant, by the way.
Not no. But that's just my thought process. Like, I was gonna move into the basement. And,
We're not.
well, even if not pregnant, but like if we adopt at some point or foster, you know.
Not asking where the stuff it would go.
In the bedroom.
My mom's in chat, James.
Why would you? No.
Say hi to mom.
No.
Apparently they couldn't hear you.
Good.
Mom might have been able to with her hearing aids, though. I don't know. Oh,
I'll
you're
just
such a
pretend.
beautiful shade of red.
We've been married.
What?
We've been married for like 12 years.
Uh-huh.
11, depending on what. I'm still embarrassed.
Oh my goodness. Raiders, hello, welcome. Oh, Mom, no, it's okay. You don't need to worry about it.
I found my people.
Don't even worry about it. Humming, welcome in, Raiders. Hi. Oh. Welcome, friends. This is such a scuff stream. Hi. Welcome in. My name is Megan. I am a neurodivergent variety crafter and creator here on Twitch. I am usually cross-stitching, crocheting, or knitting, but we also do other crafts here. I've been really enjoying diamond dotting. I have done resin miniatures a lot lately, things like that. Just whatever you know I want to work on. You have to run. Happy PJ party. Thank you. No worries about having to raid and run. Let me know, anyone who came in with that raid, what Humming was working on today. Today, welcome to my pajama party. This is my bedroom, and you all are invited to come and hang out. I am working on a blanket for my brother's wedding, which is in August. And they have a king-size bed, as I just poke myself with this tapestry needle. And this is the pattern here. Okay, this image. I am on, like, if we're looking at it from the left to the right, I am down 4 over 3. So this is going to fit a king-size bed, which means it doesn't really fit very nicely on my desk. I can't necessarily sit at my normal craft station and put it together because each one of these squares is about 16 inches. So here, let me, oops, sorry. Not me knocking over the mic. Anyway, here's here's a little peek. So I'm doing a blanket seaming technique to make it look
I
as
found
seamless
my
as
people.
possible. Thank you for the follows, by the way. Welcome in. So that it looks like a quilt as much as possible. So that is what we are working on today. And we were just talking about Joanne Fabrics, and you know, they're going out of business, but I was able to get the Knit It sign that hung over the yarn wall, and we were just talking about the fact that evidently there was also in some stores, not in mine, a Sew It sign, and evidently a Stuff It sign for all the stuffing. And that just kind of made everyone giggle. So that's what you all walked into. Welcome to my stream. Anyway, what what were you guys up to? Look at the little loafs. Look at the little loaves. My cats aren't here right now. My cats aren't here. They left. They were here at the beginning of stream, but they're not here now. Also, you know how I left long enough ends to do assembly on all of these squares? I didn't leave a long enough end here. This is probably when I started to panic about having enough yarn in each color. So I'm going to have to attach a little bit more, but it's fine. It's fine. Oof. Oh well, what are you gonna do? But yeah, welcome in. It's so nice to have you all. Feel free to let me know if any of you are crafting. We were also talking about weekend plans. And yeah. You just told hubby and it tickled him too. Like, what a random... I didn't really think that their store was particularly known for stuffing. You know? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Like, yeah, they sold it, but I didn't think it was that big of a section. Anyway. Ignoring that, welcome in, everybody. So yeah, we make this into a pajama party, and I just work on sewing these squares. The wedding is in August, so I am being mindful that it takes me about an hour to attach each square because they are so big. And again, we are past the halfway point, which is fabulous. Are we back to hear me outs? Why? Who do you have? Did anyone mention what Humming was up to in their stream? I don't want to miss it. I appreciate the raid though and the follows. Oh, I stream Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern. We go over quite a lot though because the neurospiciness. Sometimes I just need to finish a spot, a section, of whatever, you know? Isn't it? Thanks. I saw... It wasn't quite this pattern. It was something similar online. And I took what they had... Like, it was... Again, it wasn't this exact same design. And I used my iPad to, like, draw out a design based on, like, the colors in their house and their bedroom. And this is what we came up with. My mom likes it. My dad, everyone liked it, you know? So the squares themselves are like this. They're granny squares. They're solid granny squares. And then, so each, if you look at like the lines, the black lines there, that's like dividing up each square. So like this one would then, you know, get matched up with like this one. And it would make like that kind of design. Hold on. There we go. Like you see on the pattern. And yeah, basically I just used like, so I do also sew, and I kind of took my sewing knowledge and my crocheting knowledge and kind of just like mashed them all together. And is this okay? No, I panicked for a second thinking that I was sewing them together on the wrong side, but I'm good. I'm good. I would have actually cried live on camera if I had to undo the whole day's worth of sewing. That would have done it. You all would have seen it. And then what I did, we also have a king size bed. So what I did was I made literally a couple, so like 2 squares. And what I did was I kind of measured them on the bed to get to the size that they needed to be to fit a king size bed. And then once I got that, each one of these squares was made to that size so that, again, when it's all laid out, it fits on the bed. So it's been a process. I started doing this like once they got engaged. I would have cried too. I just would have been like, well, that's stream end. See, like I said, normally we're in like a nice craft room. I would make a little raid star. We have a jar of stars that we're collecting all the raiders in and any subscribers in. So that'll be on Monday instead. Right now, I'm just trying to I also kind of want to get a lot of this done before the weather starts to get really hot because, you know, this is on my lap. Well, they just bought the house. Mom, if you're still here, when did they move into the house? They decorated it themselves. So like they just did this. The 2 of them. So they painted everything. Everything was, you know, typical trying to sell a house painted colors, and they painted like their bathroom is like the rust orange color in this blanket, and their bedroom is like a deep green color. So they personalized it pretty quickly. No. Ugh, yeah, this yarn is not making it. Terracotta. That's pretty. Our room is like a very pale teal blue sort of color. Like, not really teal, but like a hint of it. It's a little darker than my GlueCon shirt. Pinkish purple, depends on the light. That's pretty. Alright, let me see if I can't find... Ugh. There's so much blanket. Let me see if I can't find one of these ones with a long green. Aha. That I might be able to use so that I don't have to just randomly attach. What is that, graveler? This one will work. Dark purple, slightly lighter. Yeah, we actually have two colors here too. It's hard to tell. But on like the paint swatch, it was like the medium color and then like the dark color. So like 3 walls are one color and then this wall is a slightly darker color, but it's hard to see, especially with the lighting the way that it is. So I wouldn't expect anyone here to be like, oh yeah, I see that. I know what you're talking about. I might also try to work over the weekend on finishing up this row, maybe? I don't know. I'll have to see how I'm feeling. It'd be great to, like, I don't know, make progress on this. I'm technically adding another square here just because I've run out of green to weave in my ends. So I'm going to use this one to like finish it. You'll see. You're not allowed to paint your house? That sucks. Everything is cream. Yeah. Well, you can decorate with a lot of colors with a neutral like that. You can definitely add a lot of pops of color. That's like the hard thing. I wonder if you could almost do like a peel and stick wallpaper, like the kind that comes off without damaging. Or if they would be against that too. Almost like contact paper. I want to do that. I just don't have the money. Fair. I hear you there. Paintings are also good. Wall, like tapestries, things like that. Definitely. Oh god, is that like all on TV now? I hate those ads on TV. Pretty much everyone hates our current mayor. She's running again. Time for a collective scream, I think. I like the way you think. Some paintings. One of them she painted herself. I love that. Do the math on how many 3mm 3M hooks it'll take, yeah. The way that my brain saw that and said 3mm instead of 3M. I know exactly what 3M hooks are, but my crafty ass brain over here is like 3mm. No, damn girl. No. I turned down my volume thinking you were gonna yell out loud. No, we just have our screaming burb. $17 candidates? Hot damn. That's so many. Yeah, I would need a spreadsheet too. Oh my goodness. What's that?
I just had the most fun of my life on the most fun that I've ever had on a spam call.
Oh.
Somebody from market whatever wanted to buy our house.
Oh.
And they asked me, well, how much would I be willing to sell it for? And I said, $1 million. And they were like, is that negotiable? And I was like, oh, absolutely it's negotiable. Plus or minus 100,000. So if you want to buy our house for $900,000 or 1.1 million, absolutely. I'm all ears. They're like, well, what makes your house worth $1.1 million?
Uh-huh.
And I said, well, the small nuclear reactor we have in our backyard that powers our house, and the wind turbines we have.
Come
also
closer just to make sure the mic can pick you up.
Yeah, and I was like, so I said the small nuclear reactor we have in our backyard that gives us free energy, and not to mention the wind turbines that we have that we sell the energy back to the state for. And and they were like, well, is there anything that makes your property not sellable? And I was like, well, yeah, the asbestos paint, the lead paint, or I said the asbestos tiles, the lead paint, the radon in the basement. Those might be issues, but the nuclear reactor in the backyard and the wind turbines we have on the roof sure make up for it. And she goes, well, I definitely think you're being sarcastic. And I was like, no, not at all. My property is definitely worth $1.1 million to $900,000. Make an offer. And then they hung up on me. I wasted probably a good 15 minutes of
Wait,
their time.
I'm getting a potential spam call. Hold up.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Let me.
Oh.
Oh. Boo.
It's CVS. Damn. Yes. Yes. Because I don't want to leave Should I just wait to talk to someone?
Just hang up.
And be like, I don't want this refilled?
Up to you. But yeah, I definitely jerked them around for like a solid 10 to 15 minutes. And they were on the phone. I was like, yes, I'm wasting your time.
That's amazing.
Please do this more.
Yes. I mean, I can. I just wanted to ask, honestly, I don't need this medicine refilled. I tried to cancel it on the app. I tried to cancel in several different ways, and I still keep getting phone calls about it. So I just wanted to ask you to stop. Like, I don't need this medicine refilled. I'm not using it. So. We're just not doing the treatment right now. So I still have the first one. So. Okay, perfect. Thank you. You too.
I mean, depends on what the fair price is. I might be willing to sell it at a fair price.
Well, I came across this property at Zillow, sir. The property shows it has like 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It's approximately 1450 square foot area. Is that correct, sir?
I mean, we have 6 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, but
Oh, okay. What about the square foot area, sir? How big is the property?
about 6,000 square feet.
It's 6,000 square feet. All right, sir. Well, could you tell me the condition of the property? Does it need any work or any kind of repairs?
It might. I mean, we have radon in the basement, we have lead paint, and we have asbestos tiles in the kitchen. So I don't really necessarily know if this is. I mean, I'm willing to get rid of it because of that. So.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, sir, are you living in the property right now, or it's occupied by tenants?
Oh no, I'm living in it. Absolutely, I'm living
You're
in it.
living in it.
Yeah.
All right, all right. And sir, is this the best number to give you a call back on with the offer?
Oh, for sure, for sure. But I would like to talk about an offer now, if you guys are willing to give me an offer now.
Well, I could get back to you like within 24 hours with the offer, sir.
No,
24 hours,
I mean, I don't think 24 hours is gonna work. If you're gonna sell it to me, I mean, if you're genuinely interested in this property, I'm gonna want at least a rough offer now. Like, you don't have to promise me anything, but I definitely want. I want a figure, if you will.
Well, do you have any asking price in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, between the,
Ballpark figure?
absolutely. I mean, considering the square footage and the amount of bedrooms and bathrooms, I'm looking for at least 900,000 to 1.1 million. I'm flexible. I am flexible. Hold on, I am flexible. So if you want to give me more or a little less than that, I'm definitely willing to go for it. So.
Well, how much did you tell me the square footage is? It's like 5,000?
No, it's about 9,000 square feet.
It's 9,000 square feet. And how many bedrooms and bathrooms did you tell me, sir?
It's about 10 it's about 10 bedrooms and 12 bathrooms.
10 bedrooms and 12 bathrooms.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I mean, my grandmother was an oil mogul, right? She was like she was involved with like the Rockefellers and all that. So she built this mansion back in the early 1930s and gifted it down to the grandchildren over the generations. However, I mean, at this point in time, it's just a little bit too much to keep up with, and like the servants that I have to pay to keep it clean is just a little bit much. So if I can get a good fair market value for it, I would love to, and then that way I could buy like maybe an 8,000 square foot mansion instead of a 9,000 square foot mansion, and maybe 8 bedrooms instead of 12, and then it might be more manageable at that point.
I get you, sir. As I was just asking you. So, I have your name here. The name here is just Megan. Megan Zohana.
Yeah, no, that's my name is Mahagan. It's not Megan. It's Mahagan.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm from Saudi Arabia, so like I have a Saudi lineage.
Okay.
So it's Mahagana, and I don't.
Mahagana.
Yeah, Mahagana.
and my last name is, Zlebababan. It doesn't make any sense how it's spelled, but that's what it is. So.
Alright, so well, my associates are gonna get back to you, sir, soon, and let's see how it goes.
No. What? I mean, what's your offer? Are you guys offering now? Like, listen, this is gonna be a one-time thing. I'm not gonna answer the phone again. If you want to buy my property with the 13 bedrooms and the 23 bathrooms, I need to know now whether or not you're gonna buy, because I have other offers. I have other offers coming in all the time. Like, there's a guy who's willing to pay 1.5 million. There's another guy who's willing to pay like, 500,000, and I just need to know that there's a serious offer on the table for my property with 50 bedrooms and 30 bathrooms right now.
Because I don't want to lowball you, sir. I just want to get.
No, okay, well, no, I get it. I get it. You don't want to lowball me. Highball me.
Yes.
What's your highball?
That's the reason why I'm telling you, sir. I'm gonna get back to you like within 24 hours, and let's see how it goes.
No, don't. It's one-time offer within the next 10 minutes. What do you got for me?
I would
Nope,
still say
nope.
I don't want to lowball you.
No, I don't. I know. So then. I just kept upping the bedrooms and bathrooms in square footage.
Don't forget the bunker. Damn.
God damn it.
Was it the same phone number?
Was. Hold on.
No.
Hello?
Hi, yes, I got a call from this number about an offer on my property.
So you're interested in selling it?
Absolutely, I'm interested in selling it.
Okay, so just to let me know that, what is the condition of that property right now? Does it need any work?
I mean, there's radon in the basement, asbestos tiles in the kitchen, and lead paint all over the house. However, it is a 10-bedroom, 8-bathroom, like 5-ish thousand square foot house.
And may I know, like, why are you selling your property?
Well, I mean, other than the radon in the basement, the lead paint, and the asbestos, it's just a little bit too pricey for me to keep up. I mean, I do have servants, and they have to like clean, the 13 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms and all that. So it's
Okay,
just.
I got it. I got the information, so I'll make an offer for you, and I'll get back to you with the offer, okay?
Nope. One-time offer. If you don't offer me now, I'm not going to accept. I have 3 other offers on the table for my, 15-bedroom house and 20-bathroom house. Like if I don't hear anything back now, I'm not going to take it.
Okay, alright, no worries. I'm not interested in buying your property anymore.
Oh, you're not? Why not? Can I ask you why you're not interested in buying my property?
No, stop. Please stop. Please stop.
Okay, I'm done. I was having fun. Out of fault. I wasted at least 45 minutes to an
How
hour
on
of your
earth
time.
did the same place call you back? That's what with a different person?
No, I just kept calling the same number back.
No, you said did you call them when you came into the
No, they called me.
twice?
No, they called me and I came in and I was like, oh my god, you wouldn't believe what happened. And then I was
Yeah.
like, let me see if I can't call this number back and get as equally of a ridiculous response.
Yeah, please stop calling, James.
I'm done. I could block the number. It's not a big deal. It's just hilarious that.
No, I thought that they called you again. I didn't think that
No,
you
I called them.
him. That's less funny.
Why is that less funny? They're
'Cause-
scammers.
But it would have been funny if somehow the number, they called you again. Somehow they messed up and they were like, this number hasn't been called yet.
I'm sure they're not going to call me back now. Oh my.
Mahogany. It's Sonny. Says the whitest boy in the world.
It's not Megan. It's
You should have gone with Iraq and then given you know some Iraqi
I do.
You should have then just started
But
speaking.
most of my Iraqi is like bend over and spread and 5 to a row and don't riot and stuff like that.
James-
That's kind of what I remember because I worked in a prison in Iraq.
James was deployed. Can you say the name of it?
Yeah, 08 to 09. It was
No, the place.
Yeah, it was Camp Cropper. So right next to Baghdad. It was also known as TIFF Remembrance 2. It was started just after Abu Ghraib got shut down because of all the scandal that went on there, which I'm sure if you're old enough you remember that. So yeah, I worked in a prison in Iraq, and most of my Arabic is related to prisoner talk.
Yeah, he's not just asking random people to spread and
Cough, so like bend over, spread, and cough. Iftikizik. Which is what that means. Bend over, spread, and cough.
Huh, it's a lot shorter than English.
It would be, yeah.
Oh my god. My answer, I just hang up without saying it. Yeah.
No, definitely, like, if you have time on your hands, screw it then. Because then that prevents them from calling and scamming another person or old lady or whatever. So that's what I like to do.
Spell that, please. You're in
cannot.
Baghdad doing bus routes in 09.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, that's what Elf said.
Wait, so Elf, you were in the green zone in 09?
Take improv classes, you're an A+. I pretended to be in a car crash on Rainbow Road in a box of gas. I'm willing to sell my Victorian castle with underground passages and a fallout shelter.
Sherpa Aircrew. Okay, so you know Camp Liberty, Camp Liberty was the big one with like the giant Walmart PX. Did you go to Camp Stryker? Elf? Were you ever at Camp Stryker?
How weird would it be if you guys had, like, cross paths?
We might have.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
Weird.
I'm trying to think. Camp Stryker. I think it was Camp Stryker.
They transferred me to their supervisor. Hey, Arnia.
I did. Okay, so Camp Stryker was literally... so if you know where the fire department was on Camp Stryker, that super secret base that was like right behind the fire department...
That we're now talking about on the internet.
Well, it wasn't super secret, but that was Camp Cropper. So I was stationed on Camp Cropper 08 to 09.
You were a baby.
I was a baby. I wasn't even 21. Well, I turned 21 when I came home on leave in November, but I was 21 when I was still there, and I came home in September of 09. So yeah, Camp Stryker, where they had the dining facility that was like the better dining facility that got mortared in 08-ish, right before we got there, which was sad, and people died, but like, they had the better food, and we would go to all the time because they had the better food. I know, Morb, but that was like a half a mile-ish walk from Camp Cropper where I was stationed.
James has some pictures from then.
No, I don't.
When you were overseas?
Nope. I have a handful, maybe 3 or 4, from Camp Liberty.
Well, not from where you were stationed.
No, yeah, but
like
it was Camp Liberty.
when you re-upped.
When I re-enlisted in Saddam Hussein's, the Ba'ath Party House, his palace.
Yeah.
On Camp Liberty is where I re-enlisted.
Yeah.
There's the only pictures I have.
I know Brendan has a couple too.
He wasn't with me.
I know he wasn't with you. I'm just saying. I know.
He has a few from the Ba'ath Party House and from other parts of Iraq, but not from where I was
Where
at.
you were? No, I know that there's
Yeah.
no.
Oh my god, that was the best part of being air crew. We would shop all the other places and get food. Yeah. No, like Stryker was they had the best bazaar. So like we called it the Haji Mart. They had the PXBX there, where we would go get our like food and
Is that the
snacks and
where
stuff
the
like
one
that.
guy like sleepwalked to?
No. So okay. Anyway, and then Cropper had the Pizza Hut, the Burger King, and the Haji Mart where we would buy our bootleg DVDs. Like I think it was Wolverine 6 months before it came out on all like in theaters.
I know that you had
granted-
TV shows too.
Yeah, granted, it was like there was green screens and like you'd see wires and stuff in the movie, but like we had that shit several months before it even came out in theaters. No, so where I was stationed at in Baghdad on Camp Cropper, which was right next to Camp Stryker, it was like a 45-ish minute bus ride around the airfield to get to Camp Liberty, which was where my roommate was arrested by MPs naked at the middle of the night.
He was taking medicine for something.
He was taking Ambien,
Yeah.
and he had took like 3 or 4 Ambien, but did not fall asleep, and so he tripped out. And then I don't know how this guy, like the buses stopped running at like 11, and it was like 3 in the morning on my off day, and the MP showed up, and they're like, "Hey, your roommate's here," and I'm like, "How do you make that journey
Naked.
naked?" Because they didn't find any of his clothes. Like, all of his clothes were still in our room. So, yeah.
He made the whole
I'm like,
journey.
how did you do that? Like, it's even by, like, a regular car. Like, when they put me in the cop car and they were like, we're going to take you to him to bring him clothes and take him back to your room, they were like, it was like a 30-minute drive. I mean, 30 versus 45, you're not making all the bus stops, but it was still like a 35-minute drive from one base to the other. It was wild.
Good times. Good times.
He was also the same one that took me to a pagan... well, that wasn't pagan. It was a non-religious... the military's version of like their non-denominational service. Did I ever tell you this one? I don't know if I should tell chat because it's like a little bit more than PG-13.
Yeah.
But yeah, that service was interesting because I'll give a brief rundown. They talked about how ancient Egypt viewed bodily fluids, and I was very disturbed by that. So, yep. I heard pagan.
Yeah, there's a whole religion just based around.
Pagan. So ancient Egyptians. I'm not going to say
This
words.
is evidently stream time with James, guys. If
So
you're
ancient Egyptians believed that if you drank certain bodily fluids, that was like the closest thing you can get to God. I'm not going to say what bodily fluids they were.
I wonder which ones. There's not many fluids that
Are excreted
come
by...
from a body
No.
without.
Well, it's not pee. I'll say it's not pee. Or poop. Not pee or poop.
If you're into that, I guess.
I mean, there's a lot of guys that might be happy about that religion, but... This is not the time for the Twitch. Yeah, so... Although I will say that I have not had good chai tea. Oh, wait, who was it that was...
Elf.
Elf, please tell me that you're not the only one that misses the chai tea.
That you're not.
That I'm not the only one, yeah. Like Iraqi chai tea, chef's kiss.
It's because of all the semen they put in it.
It was... You said the word, not me. I did everything I could to avoid it, and you just went there.
Because, like, you just invaded my stream with this. This is how you know that that men made religion.
Oh my god. So wait, where can you find it, Elf? Because if I cannot find it in the States.
No, they're saying that they miss it. That's where they started drinking it.
Oh, okay.
We need more PJ parties.
Like,
I'm talking about sailors and seamen.
I've legit said that, like, I will go back to Iraq just for chai tea.
No.
No, not like in a combat thing. Like, I would visit on like a vacation. That was the other thing. If they just got their stuff together, they could be like a premier.
They were
vacation.
the picture from like when like it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
It's hotter than hell though.
Well,
if PJ parties are like this, then this should be weekly. Right now it is while I work on this damn blanket. But James has to get off playing his game and come and tell us weird stories. Where are you going? Again?
Yeah, again.
Well, you just peed.
So?
Well, you got Chad all interested in things and now you're leaving.
I'll be back. I can't.
Please don't talk to me from the bathroom. Please don't talk to me. I can wait. Hey man, you know what? What he chooses to drink in his office is none of my business.
I'm drinking that. God.
Well, that's why you had to go pee so badly, evidently. All that
A lot
all
of
that
water.
godly fluid you've been drinking.
Sweet. Something, Elf. Like, what country is she from?
Here.
Oh.
Saren is Canadian. That's the other military.
Yeah,
friend
yeah,
that-
but I'm saying like the one that was there when I was there.
Yeah. She's from the U.S.
That's wild.
As long as he brushes his teeth
Oh
after.
my God. Yeah, Elf, did you ever like get invited to an Iraqi like meal or dinner?
Also, Elf, if this is like too much, you don't have to answer stuff.
No, yeah,
You're,
absolutely.
you're like allowed to be like, no thanks. Talking to a friend at work on Teams, and all she heard, talking sailors and seamen, and I'm dying now. You're welcome, friend.
I'll have to like reach out to you on Discord and see exactly like what military unit
Oh crap, ads.
we were in, because it would be interesting to see like how much of an overlap there was. Patch, I'll be there in 2 seconds. Okay, shut up.
Sailors and seamen.
Sailors. I mean, they are called seamen.
They are. Say, if you want to put the cats away first.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Want to finish
I dropped my mouse. Oh, I forget who was in here the other day and said that they were Navy, and they were River. They were joking like about, oh yeah, you know, I'll forgive James for not being. I should have made a joke then about, well, he just couldn't handle all the seamen. Seaman. No, closed captions. You're missing an A. Well, see, this just goes to show you why you should always be in stream, I guess. Or maybe never be in stream, I don't know. Thanks for sitting through ads, y'all. I was saying, I guess that this just goes to show you why you should always be in stream no matter the time. Like, don't leave early, because you never know what you're going to get. Or maybe do. I don't know. I'm not sure which way this falls. If this is a you don't want to miss it, or no, maybe you do. Either way, thanks for being here. Back from ads. Welcome back. James left. I don't know why. This is hilarious. What are you talking about? You plan to watch the VOD later on YouTube. Oh gosh. I also want to know why these people have my name on his phone number. Yeah, but he could have put the cats in and then let Patch out, and Patch could have come in and said hi to everyone, but no. And now he's ignoring us in chat, so I think that he's just being plain rude. I'll tell you what, if you guys give me a minute, I'll put the cats away then, I guess. And let him come out. Okay, these are not my legs, I borrowed them. conversation with my chat and you left. Elf was having more conversation with you and you whatever. Come here, Patch. Patch! Come here. Chat wants to see you. Patch! No! Not the bathroom. Come here. Come say hi. He's literally in the other room watching a TV show. Come here. You say hi to everyone? Say hi, eye patch. Wow. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Can you show off a little? Come here. Can you sit? No, no. Sit. He's like, but why? Sit. Sit, sit, sit. Why are you so far? Oh, those old man bones. Patch, I have Skittles. Hey, Patch. Oh, now you're here? Now you'll do tricks? Sit. He says, look, now I know them. Wave. Can you wave with the other foot? That's a very good boy. Easy. Oh, so gentle. Do you think you can do uppy a little? It's a little slippery. Oh, yeah, it's too slippery? That's okay. You tried. A+ for trying. You need the carpet for up. Yeah. Where you going? Patch for Doodle. Doodle! Come here. Food's gone, Patch gone. Hi. Oh, what are you moving at? Come here. Oh, where's your toy? You should show chat one of your toys. Go find a toy. You should find a toy. Where is it? I didn't ask for your sass. And that's Patch, everyone. Oh. Hey! What do you have? Can I show everyone this? Come here. Did you show everyone your platypus? Get it. Get the platypus. He says, this is mine. You can't have it. Goodbye. Oh, Lord. Okay. I didn't ask for your sass. Pokey catch. Ultra ball. Sometimes. He loves us sometimes. Yeah, but can you all believe he's gonna be 11 this year? I mean, other than the fact that he's got loads of lumps and bumps on him. The energy is just unmatched. Crazy, I know. Where the heck did my scissors go? Alright, let's finish this up. And then wrap up. Say large breeds stay puppies longer. Yeah. I also feel like because he's mostly white, that he doesn't get like that same gray. You know how like older dogs get like gray around their face and like certain parts of their body? He's white, so you don't really see that. You know? Like, again, the most telling thing for me for his age is all of, like, the lumps that he has. And his crusty nose. I mean, a dog of any age can get crusty nose, but that to me is just, like... I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if, like, any of his spots go gray. I'm not really sure. Because, like, Fun Dalmatian fact, their skin is, like, spotted. So, like, if you were to shave them, like, when he's had to have, like, blood work done or whatever, and they, like, shave his little leg, the spots go all the way to their skin. So, I don't know if they gray. Doodle! Patch! Hi. What you doing? You came back. Are you gonna jump up here? Because you're not meant to. I'm preparing just in case. Be hard to tell, yeah. Her brown went gray. You can hear his little nails clicky clacking. Patch. Patch. Hi. I love you. Yeah? Okay, bye. Gonna get you back on puppy Prozac, okay, bud? See if that helps. No idea. We put lotion on it. We clean it. No idea. So, I feel bad. It's gotta, like, just like when a person gets, like, crusty, like, I feel like it would be annoying. He doesn't have any other, like, he's lying in the hallway. He doesn't have any other, like, because the vet was like, oh, you know, does he cough? Does he sneeze a lot? I'm like, he'll sneeze when we wipe his nose. He'll sneeze if we, like, mess with it, but he's not, like, it's not like he's sick, you know, where he's, like, because dogs can get, like, puppy flus and stuff like that, so. I don't know. Doodle. Hey. Thank you. So you know what was he doing right then? Staring at the door jamb, like under my door. Because sometimes he can see Artemis, her shadow, and then he barks at it. Ugh, I have ends that I need to weave in. Maybe I'll do that while I watch baseball. Maybe that's what I'll do, is just work on weaving in ends that don't need to be there anymore, instead of attaching more squares. And then we can do Pajama Friday next week, if y'all are down for that. I mean, I feel like today's was just a special kind of unhinged. At least the end bit. Thanks to James. I mean, that is one of the C's I mention when I talk about what our stream is all about, isn't it? Cats, crafts, chats, and chaos. Charity, too. We're going to be getting ready to do some more St. Jude fundraising coming up. Oh, my mouse is on the floor. Every stream is pajama stream. Do I have plans for Monday's stream? Like, what we're gonna do on Monday? Only comfy pants, yeah. Hey. Patch. Alright, I gotta take him out to use the bathroom. I am not 100% sure yet. Sometimes we do miniatures on Monday, so we might do that. I'll probably figure it out over the weekend, if I'm being honest. I should really, like, make a schedule again. I was doing that, and then I got sick with the flu, and so I didn't have a schedule for, like, a week and a half, because I was just, like, blah. But yeah, I hope that you all have a really nice weekend. I hope that you all do something fun. You can join us in Discord if you would like. Oh no, it's fine. I know sometimes people I like to know too, because then like, ooh, what are we doing? You look forward to things. I don't know. I'll work on like a schedule over the weekend.
What are you doing?
What is he doing?
Laying in the middle of the hall.
Oh, okay. He's like, I said hi to everyone. And then Mom got my toy. I drank water. I have water kisses. So then I went and drank water, and then Mom got my platypus, and I was like, yay, platypus. But then, you know, yeah, look at that. Look at that puppy. Look at that wiggle boy. Look at that wiggle monster. Ooh, don't hit your head. Oh, you kissed the camera? Oh, yes, look at the kissy smudges. No, don't jump on the blanket. No, don't jump on the blanket. Hi. Oh, puppy wow. Guys, he gave you kisses. He gave you kiss. Look at the camera. It's just like There's just smoochy marks everywhere now. Hi. Yeah, see my nose is crusty though. You can see my nose crust. See, chat? Well, there's a lovely amount of dog slobber all over this camera now. Alright, let me see who's on. Yes, you've all been booped. Congrats. Let me see who's on that we can go say hello to, and I'll see you all on Monday. We will be crafting something. Maybe next week at some point in time we will do Sims. If that sounds interesting to peeps. Maybe. Did someone clip that? Yeah, good question. I don't know. You could probably still clip it. You probably still have time. Don't. It probably hurts. Don't eat it! Don't eat your boogers! Patch. Enough. 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 Thank you. Yay! Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. Let's go say hello to the owls.
Woohoo!
Yeah, we haven't said hi to them in a while. They, unfortunately, Winker, the one male owl, passed away, which is super sad. Hootie's still there and evidently has a new suitor coming around. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next clutch laying season. But Hootie's in her box. You can see there's horses. There's a whole bunch of things happening over there right now. So if you've never seen the Owls House live stream, they're super nice, very friendly. We like them a lot. And it's really interesting. Lots of cool, things to see and learn. So let's go say hi. And I will see you all. I hit ready too soon.